Warmate joined me to share his thoughts on this recent development in the party. Thank you for coming on, Mr. Warmate. Now, the PDP is struggling right now due to internal disputes which have led to several defections to the ruling All Progressives Congress APC. What's your take on the choice of Bukola Saraki as head of the Reconciliation Committee?
Well, thank you for having me. Well, the choice of His Excellency Dr. Bukola Saraki, I think, is in the right direction. And considering the fact that it is a terrain that he has been before, before this time he was the chairman of the Reconciliation Committee. So bringing him back is not a bad idea, I believe. And also the committee, it is expedient at this point for such a committee to be set up. I just hope that the committee will focus on the important issues. Like, for now, the major issue is the position of the National Secretary, the deliberate attempt by the Governors Forum, PDP Governors Forum, to bypass and flagrantly disobey the Constitution and the misinterpretation of the Supreme Court decision is one of the issues that have recently escalated the tension or the interest wrangling in the party. Because if you recall, before now there was a secretary and they took him to court at the lower court and at the appeal court. They won, but in the Supreme Court, he won, and that is the person of most distinguished Senator Samuel Emeka. He won. After winning, they misinterpreted the judgment of the Supreme Court. And instead of recognizing and supporting him and the national chairman to ensure that the party moves forward, they decided to appoint an acting national chairman. That was what escalated the tension in the party and even the defection of PDP members, because members began to wonder who is going to sign their form. As we speak today, they are supposed to hold NEC on the 27th of this month. Who is going to sign the circular? Based on section 33, is the National Secretary. And the National Secretary, the governors have deliberately, with due respect to them as stakeholders of the party, refused to recognize him and has appointed their own acting National Secretary, which by law and the Supreme Court judgment cannot stand. And that is one of the things that has fueled this crisis or tension in the party. Because recall, when they were going for the Ibadan meeting, party faithful like us hoped that they will be able to call the National Secretary and invite him to the meeting to discuss the way forward for the party. Haven't heard the, the pronouncement of the Supreme Court, which was in his favor. The Supreme Court unanimously upheld all his prayers. And also, following section 47.5, he has no grounds, there is no grounds. That office has never been vacant. So this is a major aspect the committee need to focus on. And I believe that the committee will do the right thing. I hope that they will do the right thing. Because we don't have any national secretary. Anybody other than Senator Samuel Anyanwu, it will cause crisis in the party. It will lead to PDP not even having a candidate. It will even be difficult for PDP to convey next meeting, much more convention. Because people like us will demand for the Constitution to be respected. And if we give them maybe a week to the convention, next they don't rectify that, we are going to go to court to ask the court to interpret the Supreme Court judgment while the thing is pending.
The upcoming NEC meeting. Yes, but how would you react to the statement made by the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, that's Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, who suggested that the ruling APC may be exploiting the PDP's internal crisis for political gain?
Yeah, it's because the PDP members and leaders gave them the room. Just imagine if the Governors Forum decided to go in line with the Constitution by recognizing Anyanwu and also in line with the Supreme Court judgment. There will be no need to say this ruling party will exploit the crisis in the party. If you avoid crisis, what will the ruling party exploit? It's their right to make sure that you are not united. It's their strategy. So I don't blame that. I blame the Governors Forum that has refused or delayed to accept the fact that Anyanwu, by the constitution of our great party and by the Supreme Court pronouncement, remains the national secretary. So
stop you
I
there,
disagree
Mr.
with him totally.
Warmate. Thank you so very much for lending your thoughts. I know you have a lot to say, but we'll continue the conversation some other time. Thank you very much, sir.